Hi everybody, I'm Stephen from Brandigo and welcome back to our latest video in our multi-channel marketing in China series. Today we're doing a little bit of a special edition focusing on CIIE. So what we're going to do is I'll give you a little bit of background on CIIE and then some of our top tips on how you can maximize your presence there this year. So the China Import-Export Exhibition has been taking place here in Shanghai for the last 5 years, and it's government sponsored and it's pretty much one of the biggest trade fairs in this region now. And I count all of Southeast Asia and China as the region. So it's a really big deal. Last year, despite all of the COVID restrictions and the quarantine mandates for people traveling in from overseas, we still had over 500,000 visitors attending across the 4 days of the exhibition. So in a nutshell, it's a huge opportunity for international brands to showcase themselves, not just here in China, but to the wider Asian region as well. Having said that, a lot of international brands don't take advantage of that opportunity fully. Unless you've got some plans in place to how you can maximize your footprint, you're going to waste some of the resources and time that you've allocated and to commit yourself to CIIE. So what I'm going to talk about now is 5 ways that you can make sure that your international brand is cutting through all of that noise, all of that competition for attention, all of that competition for footfall at the exhibition itself, and make sure that the time that you've spent here has really, really added value to your overall marketing strategy. And the basis for this, the foundation, if you like, is to have a dedicated communications plan in place just for CIIE. And that will run both before and during, and not forgetting after the exhibition itself, broadening your footprint, broadening the coverage that you can expect to receive from being here, and creating a lot more of a splash. So here are our 5 recommended approaches to incorporate into that communications plan. And number 1 is media outreach. Good old-fashioned PR and media relations. You can draw up your list of media targets in advance of the exhibition. Basically, you're going to get most of the key trade media from all over China, all of the national TV, broadcast and print media, all in one place during CIIE, all looking for as much stories, as many pieces of coverage that they can generate for themselves to maximize the value for their time spent there as well. So there's a huge opportunity to reach out to your target media in advance of your attendance, talk to them about their own plans for how they're going to be at CIIE, how they're going to be covering it, and then you can begin to negotiate how you can work with each other, partner with each other to make sure they get a nice piece of coverage and you make a nice splash that it broadens your reach. There could be encouraging media to visit your stand or your pavilion. It could be offering some co-sponsored content, as well as some co-created content, which you then work on with the junior, which you then work on with the media. Maybe give them an exclusive product launch story or access to a senior team member who's going to be at this exhibition on a certain day. All of these things as part of a smart media relations program are really going to help additional cut through at CIIE this year. So number 2 is building on from that, and that is having a social media campaign in place as well that's going to take advantage of your own China social media channels that you have here. Again, plan this content out. Have some warm-up content in advance of the show, perhaps keep a diary during the show or save some of your bigger stories for during the show, and then have a follow-up afterwards talking about your key successes, the people you met. All that type of stuff works really well as part of a sustained social media campaign. One tip to here is make sure you've got somebody in the team who's good at taking photography, good at taking videos, so you can really populate that social media channel with quality content as well. So number 3, building on for the social media plan, is to consider some social media amplification. And what I mean by that is opportunities to extend the reach of your messaging here. And that could be via working with a KOL, an influencer, or the social media channel of a key trade media partner. There could be some sponsored content. It could be some targeted advertising on your main social media channel here, WeChat ads, for example. All of this is, again, another step in increasing your footprint, increasing the amount of people who see your CIIE messaging and know that you've been part of this great exhibition. Number 4 is live streaming. Live streaming will play a key part in CIIE this year, as it does in most Chinese exhibitions and trade fairs. Last year at CIIE, Brandigo ourselves, we worked on 50 live streams for individual businesses throughout the exhibition. And these days, a lot of pavilions, a lot of the exhibition stands are being designed to have live streaming space facilities incorporated into their design. So think about how you can use live streaming to your advantage and reach out to those people that won't necessarily be there in person, but are interested in CIIE. And finally, don't forget Fringe events. These can be Fringe events hosted by somebody else that you're a partner with, or a Fringe event that you set up for yourself. Perhaps this is a press conference at a hotel close to the event. It could be a round table that you want to organize with some key stakeholders at a venue that's close to the exhibition space. Anything like that, which is away from the exhibition hall that you can take ownership of. Again, perhaps working with a media partner is really going to extend your reach from attending CII this year. So there you go. There's just 5 actionable things that you can take to help support your CII strategy. If you're going to be there, drop us a line and let me know. I'll come along and visit your stand because we'll be there too. Any other comments? We always love to hear from you. Leave the comment down below and we'll get back to you. And don't forget to follow us on the social media that you'll see at the end of this video. Thanks for watching.